morning everyone. So today I'll be demonstrating the various types of suturing techniques. So I'll be telling about the armamentarium required for suturing. So this is called as a Mayo-Hegar's needle holder. The tip consists of crisscross striations with a small concavity like depression in the center. The second armamentarium required is a suture cutting scissor. And next we have is a tooth forceps. And this is the suture that I'll be using. This is a 3-0 silk suture, which is a non-resorbable suture. So my first suturing technique which I'll be demonstrating is simple interrupted suture. So considering this is the buccal or the labial surface of the patient's mouth and this is the lingual or the palatal surface. So first bite will be taken from the labial or the buccal surface. For holding the needle, we have to hold it at 2/3 distance from the tip of the needle and from 1/3 distance from the eye of the needle, from the tip of the needle holder. So we have to hold it somewhere here and lock the needle holder. So taking the first bite, we have to lift the tissue. The first bite go along the curvature of the needle, taking one bite at a time. So there goes the buccal bite. The next bite will be taken from the lingual or the palatal surface. So again we will lift the tissue and having adequate depth and the distance from the incision line, the second bite is taken and we will pull the needle along the curvature of the needle. So this is how we tie it and then we just reverse it. This is called squaring the knot. Then we have to give one anti-clockwise and again one more clockwise. This is called as the surgeon's knot, leaving adequate amount of suture above the knot, keeping in mind not to cut very close to the knot. Next suture will be figure of 8 suture. So figure of 8 is generally used when we have to pack something in the socket and retain it, or when it's a wide open socket for posterior teeth. So considering again this has the labial or the buccal surface and this has the lingual or the palatal surface, we will take the first bite from the mesio-buccal aspect of the socket, again coming out along the curvature of the needle. Second bite will be taken from the palatal surface, which is again the mesio-palatal surface. So lifting the tissue with tooth forceps, we will take the second bite from the mesio-palatal surface. The next or the third bite will be taken from disto-buccal aspect of the tooth. And the fourth or the last bite will be taken from the disto-palatal aspect. So when it comes to tying the knot, again we will take 2 throws clockwise. We will square the knot. We will take one anti-clockwise and again one more clockwise and cut the excess suture.